What are cervical nerve scans? So a question here under one of our other videos about our nerve scans we take here in the practice of Vitality Chiropractic, asking if they could indicate the severity of the person's cervical condition, or if it more shows if there's a problem there. And to be honest, it is more of the latter. It's not a scale like, say, 0 to 100, or like with blood pressure or different other stages within other diagnostic systems. Instead, it's more of a if there is a problem or not, but then what it's also going to show is if there is a pattern of problems. So it should not be just one scan where someone takes and says, okay, definitely you have a problem, then this is something that we need to deal with. There should be repeated scans, and that has to show something persistently and consistently being an issue. That's what we call a pattern. So the pattern essentially is kind of like a shape. There's a shape that will appear on the pattern for the scans, and this is something which is very unique to every single person. So if it's something which shows up one time, but then say the next time it's a very different shape or it's very straight, then it may be not indicating there's actually a real problem going on, or maybe something more complex, something we need to establish and look at more before starting any kind of techniques or interventions or care. However, if someone can repeatedly produce this pattern over time, that'll be an indicator of a problem. Think of it a bit like I mentioned the idea of blood pressure. If someone had high blood pressure once, I mean, it's once. It could be that they were exercising, it could be they were stressed, it could just be an anomaly. But if it keeps persistently and consistently happening, that'll be an indicator that it is truly a problem going on and something that needs to be properly addressed. So again, coming back to this, in terms of the scans, it's not going to show us in terms of severity. It's not like, say, oh, today you're a 8 or a 7 out of 10 or something like that. It is going to be more if there is a problem or not, but then it needs to be correlated with not just one scan. It needs to be multiple scans over time to establish if there is a problem, and then, of course, how to deal properly with that problem. And this also not just helps to indicate if there is a problem or not, but also makes it much clearer for myself as a practitioner and for a patient that if we're doing a particular intervention, like say here we adjust the neck, that it's showing that there is a successful change after that intervention. So after we adjust as well as before, so before we adjust, we scan, we adjust, we have time to rest, and then we would scan again, and that confirms there has been this positive change in the nerve system, which is then producing less irritation and improving the scans, making them more balanced and away from that pattern, which would be more of a negative thing that we see. Hopefully that clears things up. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments.